All right, so there's nothing worse than starting to see success with your blog, with your influence as a content creator, and then you plateau and you just get stuck. And maybe for you, that's like $500 a month. Maybe it's $1,000 a month. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's something like $3,000 a month. And at this point, $3,000 a month is good money. So you know that you're seeing traction with what you're putting out there, and you know that people want to pay for what you can deliver, but you feel like you can't get to the next level, and you know that you feel like you've hit a ceiling kind of, right? So that's what we're going to dive into today. If you guys don't know me already, my name is Kate Waldo with Kate Waldo and Company, and I help bloggers triple the income from their content without having to work harder, and so that you can be more creative and really enjoy what you do. So I have a free resource for you guys. If you want that, it's in the link in my profile. It'll also be linked here to this video. It's a workshop of exactly how to do what we're talking about today. So anyway, when you get to this point of this kind of plateau of the $3,000 a month, and maybe you're not quite at 3,000, but you feel like you're about to get there, so you're like borderline on, depending on your financial situation, $3,000 a month could be, you could go full time and that could pay all your bills. But for most of us, that's like teetering on the edge of being able to be full time, because it's not quite enough income to be really enjoying doing this full time, because you've got the more jobs that come in, the more money you make, the more you feel like you need to up-level your content, and the more you feel like you'll have more expenses. So $3,000 goes pretty quick. So what we're going to talk about is, why does this happen? Why are you plateauing at $3,000 a month, and how can we get around it? The deal is, a lot of this is mental. And what I see with so many of my students inside the Blog Profit Accelerator program is that they are coming in and like, what this mindset is that they want to do so well, and they want to produce really high quality content, and they're afraid that if they take on more projects, that the quality of their content will suffer, their creativity will suffer. They won't be able to provide the high quality, really creative content that people are coming to them for in the first place. So therefore, you end up kind of self-sabotaging, and you don't do any of it, or you don't, maybe you don't reach out proactively to brand partners to do more partnerships. Maybe you are, you're not being as responsive to people who are asking you to collaborate with them. You may be maybe consciously or subconsciously, you may be making yourself small because you're scared of what will happen if you make more money. Because a lot of us have this fear that if we make more money, we're going to have to work harder, and then it won't be fun, and that it won't be enjoyable, and it'll kind of defeat the purpose of why we wanted to be an entrepreneur in the first place. Which I encourage you to take a minute and, write in your journal. Of course, my dog's drinking water really loud right now. She always waits until I'm live to make noise. But I encourage you to get your journal and start to journal out the thoughts that come to mind. If I make more money, I will have to, and start to explore what comes up for you in that journaling process, because I bet you that you're gonna see that you have some preconceived notions in your head of what it means to make more than $3,000 a month, or whatever that plateau is that you're at right now. That, okay, if I make $7,000 a month, I'm going to be working double the amount that I already am, and I'm going to have to answer 100 more emails than I normally do, and I'm going to be working a bunch more hours, and I'm going to just feel drained, and it's not going to be fun. So and you can be feeling that way at every point. Maybe you're you're at 10K a month and you're wanting to get to 20K a month, but you know that means that you're going to have to build out your team, and you're scared about what happens. I'm not going to be a good manager, and I may not, managing people is not really why I got into this in the first place, and that's not exactly what I want to do, but I know that I need it to get to the next level. All these thoughts may be going on consciously or subconsciously for you. So that's why I encourage you to journal that out and figure out what are your mental blocks that are keeping you from getting to that next level, because it really is funny how that happens, that you may not even realize that you're self-sabotaging because you have these thoughts of what will life be like if I make more money. Society's kind of weird, and it tells us that, it depends on how you grew up and what you were exposed to, but in a lot of ways, society tells us that people who make more money work harder. Maybe they're not good people. Maybe they don't have any lives that are aside from work. All they do is work. They don't have friends and they don't spend time with their family. Start to dig into what are those stories that are going on for you under the surface that are keeping you from wanting to take those next steps to get past your plateau, whether it's $500 a month, $3,000 a month, $10,000, $20,000, on and on and on. What is happening behind this, like under the surface for you, that is keeping you from getting there? And then once you've identified what are these stories that you're telling yourself, that is when you start to put your systems in place. So you are able to just turn up the dial on what you're doing that's already going well for you. So this is where we use our top 3 method in the Blog Profit Accelerator program. This is where we use that to identify what are the things that are working really well for us, what are the things that are bringing in profit in the business, what are the things that are wasting our time, and trashing the things that waste our time and optimizing the things that work well for us and bring in that money. So you have now that you've cleared out that mental chatter of what does it mean to make more money and who will I be if I make more money, we want to reframe that. And then we want to put these systems in place so that we are easily able to do that without working harder. That was one of the biggest things of why I even do this, is because I had this story running in my head that if I was going to be more successful, I had to work harder. And to me, that meant working more hours. And that just didn't seem right or fun or exciting, and sort of like, why bother being an entrepreneur in the first place if that's what you have to do? So that's why I really flipped that on its head and figured out, how can we create these systems that you're able to get more work done in less amount of time and actually be able to enjoy your job again, do all the creative stuff. So if you want to learn more about the framework for that and exactly how that goes, go to the free resource that I have for you, this free workshop. It's the link to this video, and then it also is going to be linked in my profile. But I'm really excited to share that with you because I have something on my face. I hate when you get a fuzz. I'm so pumped to share that with you because I see so many people in this situation where you get stuck at this plateau and you don't know what to do next, and you don't know what is going on, what's wrong with me, what am I not seeing, what's happening here that I can't get myself to that next level. And it really is a lot about the mental chatter in your head, and then a lot about the systems that you have in place, and just being able to execute on getting all those profitable tasks done in your week and prioritizing those. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Comment below and like this video if you enjoyed it, and let me know your thoughts. I'm excited to hear it. I'll see y'all next time.